and that's kind of been what's hurt them each time they've been able to make it over that midfield stripe.
Sam, I think you hit the nail on the head. There have been opportunities for Apex. They've been inside the 22. They've had some good opportunities, ball in hand, but they haven't been able to hold on, and then they've given the Raggamuffins the opportunities, and the Muffins, they don't need any extra help. Trying to kick it through. It's going to be a foot race to it, trying to get there. Daryl Bailey racing with Corey Jones. Jones, not a man you were going to beat in a foot race. Jones comes in to kick it through the end goal area as the halftime whistle blows, and it's the Muffins taking a 14-0 lead into half.
Yeah, fantastic heads-up play there by Jones. Shows that speed and field awareness yet again. Boots it out. Halftime 14-0.
It's the big one. Life v Lindenwood, our cup final in the men's division. May Madness comes to a close. Match number 92 on a 3-day weekend here at the Gold Mine on Airline in New Orleans.
To these young men, not just for what they've accomplished this weekend on the rugby pitch and throughout their careers, but for what they're doing for this country and what they will continue to. Our most sincere thanks to these young men.
This is going to be exciting. These teams, as you said, have not allowed a point. Staunch defenses, high-flying offenses, clinical skills. These are the top teams in the country.
Feeder back on the inside, Darius Law has his twin brother Donovan Law for the opening. Phelan cuts back in, looking for the try line. This man is electric. Here's Phelan, gets the first try in the final.
And Adegoke, that's the girl we were looking out for. She has got unreal speed, and she just
Another long run, just had one denied at the end of the first half because they were going to...
Warner with a little gap. Warner slips through. This is brilliant. It's a bank heist from Colson Warner.
Headed towards the try line and dots it down. He is good. Run there from Claire. Claire looks for a teammate, finds a teammate, gets Annie Henderson. She is looking for the corner. She has beat a couple of people.
Start of half number 2, our men's bowl semifinal, Freetail Sevens rugby tournament, the world's only New Year's Eve rugby bash. And what a way to wrap up this year, to ring in 2022 and with some top flight sevens rugby here in the Lone Star State. Glad to have you with us, Tim Wills, Skip McConico. And it is a first half, I won't say dominated, but you look at the scoreline, Raggamuffins 14-0, 2 tries, successful conversions on both. Apex, the men from North Texas, they certainly had opportunities, but they need to make more of them.
That's right. You hit the nail on the head there, just because Apex was inside the 22 a couple times, but both times the Raggamuffins were inside the 22, they came away with points, and that's what you need here. Now you got the Muffins with the wind at their backs. Should be able to see a nice high kick. Almost came down with one earlier in the match. That has been one of their tactics throughout.
Muffins to kick things off to start half number 2. The white with the teal. No one asked the broadcasters about that. It looks good. Not the easiest numbers to read, but we're not complaining. Muffins back underway to start the second half. Batted back Apex. They're going to mount this comeback. Confidence-wise, you know they want to find points sooner rather than later. Trying to get it outside, looking to get around Justin X. Hale, the man who went Superman try time yesterday. One of the more impressive tries we have seen, and this is stolen away.
A bit of a wrestling match inside that ruck. Looks like Apex was able to strong arm that one and come away with it.
McFarland, who wrestled it away, and then he looks at his teammate and says, I did all that, and you just can't hold on, Mr. Bailey.
Yeah, welcome to pack rugby in 15s right there, getting it out to the backs, but strong work inside. Again, just need to be able to make a couple extra passes and the knock on, which was their bugaboo in the first half, bites them again here in the second.
Hold on, Tim. Are you trying to say that there may be a little animosity between the forwards and the backs? I've never heard of such a thing.
No, it just can be a little frustrating at times, but no, it's you back your boys for sure, 100%.
Spoken like a true forward. Now, not releasing. Muffins inside the 22, but they will turn it over, and Apex trying to find a way through that hole, the gap closing quickly. Apex, can they get it out wide? A chance.
They tried to make that looping run beyond that winger, just off the hands. And another turnover there from Apex.
There is an Apex man down on the pitch. Again, glad to have you with us. Big thanks to all of our sponsors. what a wonderful tournament this is. Day number 2, our 2nd annual tournament. If you'd like to join us next year for the 3rd, we would certainly love to have you. Teams from across the country, across the world. Big thanks to Smartish 4-Tap Beer Co-op. And the man, the organizer, the one, it's his brainchild, Ryan Walker. We would not be here without him. And what a wonderful tournament this is. So many teams coming from across the country. Well, it's been in the 70s and 80s here in Central Texas. Why not come down and join us and play some great rugby to end the year?
Hey, we've got the playscape out there for the kids, live music.
I saw you in the bounce house.
Yeah,
it's not only for the kids.
Hey, you got to get that energy out. But no, and then you right next to that, you've got the beer on tap. See the fans out there getting excited.
Enjoying themselves, rightfully so. Got fans from Austin, Nashville, food truck, 4-Tap Beer Co-op providing the adult beverages and something for everybody. As you said, a family affair, as is often the case in rugby. Just a great atmosphere, a wonderful event, and proud to be a part of it.
A lot of fun out here in beautiful Round Rock, Texas.
Talked about the live music. Well, you can step away at halftime. There's a full 2 minutes for you to grab a beverage, listen to the music, come right back. Providing some fantastic background sounds here at the Round Rock Multipurpose Complex just north of beautiful Austin, Texas. These teams will certainly be enjoying their New Year's Eve. Well, 2 of them, they'll maybe enjoy it a bit more with some bragging rights and $4,000 in prize money to go with it. Kick through, hail the intended target. Justin X. Hale trying to get there, and this one will take a bounce into touch.
And that wind's starting to creep up over the 10-mile-an-hour mark and definitely carried that one all the way out.
That's a great point, Tim. We saw that in some previous matches today with the conversions, the wind wreaking havoc, and see that the effect it is playing on the pitch out there. Beautiful surface.
And not only with the kicks, but even some of the passes. You try to make that long pass, would normally hit the guy right in the chest, ends up being about a half a meter out in front, go off the hand, so that pinpoint passing extra important here.
Big line out, Daryl Bailey, the iron toothpick, the Honolulu native with it, and not pleased as we will come back, and it'll be a scrum at the 22. And for the Muffins, this is good news, just taking precious time off the clock.
Iron toothpick tried to poke his way through, but again, that pass did not go straight down the middle. So the chosen scrum here for the Raggamuffins.
Apex needs to win this, and nice platform provided by the Muffins. Oh, big tackle. They get inside the 22. Muffins with it, brought down immediately. Again, there was McFarland, big Kyrese McFarland. We've seen him. He is a impact player, particularly defensively.
Oscar Rubalcaba also in there with the hit as well. Apex again just off the hands, able to have that one go back though, still in possession.
Finds his target, and it's going to be a foot race. Hale giving chase, cutting inside, now back out. Trying to find something is Josh Brewer. Brewer finally brought to ground. Not rolling away, goes against the Muffins. Quick tap and go, Apex looking to dive across, and they've got it. Try time, Oscar Rubalcaba with the 5.
Strong work there from the Raggamuffins to stop the try. Justin Hale tracks him down here in a foot race. Gets turned around a couple times, but still makes that tackle. Kind of got crunched there a bit. Seems to be back on his feet and okay, but then the quick tap and the charge through and in for the try.
Man, they call Rooster with the opener for Apex. See if he can complete the conversion. The wind's kicking up.
A little bit right to left here for him. Not the easiest kick, with it blowing back at you as well, and goes right across the face.
No crowing there for Rooster. It stays 14-5. Muffins leading Apex. Just a minute 25 and counting remaining.
Good start there here, or good phase of play there for Apex. They're able to get it to the outside. They started to come back in, got that defense kind of fringing out back towards the middle of the pitch, and a good job coming out towards the weak side and found an opening with a nice offload. Able to take it down and then off the quick tap in for the try.
The referee, Mr. O'Malley, sporting the impressive mustache. Thought that was a prerequisite for the officials, and apparently Mr. O'Malley, the only one who received that email.
Hair dye or mustache?
You have to do something to celebrate the new year.
That one out on the full, landed out in touch, so we'll come back to a free kick from midfield.
Little time remaining. Again, a spot in the men's bowl final on the line. Gorilla waiting as they were victorious 29-10 over Rock in the previous match. The Muffins less than a minute away from joining Gorilla in that men's bowl final coming up later today. Able to split right through the heart of the Apex defense. No one there, and dotting it down, Luis Atama.
Yeah, Apex did not want any of that tackle there. Easy line break. Kind of went in for the shoulder. Was able to just step right outside of it, as we'll see again here. Beautiful little pass back inside. Hit that gap hard. Able to come all the way through, and then converts his own try as well.
So Atama bowled through one, and then he turned on the Jets. Conversion successful, makes it 21-5.
Yeah, just that quick strike ability for the Raggamuffins. Still time left. One last play here, but Raggamuffins definitely punching their ticket to be able to take on Gorilla here later on this afternoon.
Justin Exhale, aka Superman. Maybe the final kick. And this one hangs in the air. You see it. Jones tried to get a piece of it, couldn't come down with it cleanly. Jones, a foot race, comes away with it. Jones able to find his target with the offload. And we will see Muffins not done just quite yet. Justice Helibovi with the 5.
So see here again, Jones able to come away with it. It was tapped backwards there by Apex. And Jones just too quick, able to get to it and support full speed with the ball. Comes around that final defender there. Another one tries to make the tackle, but at that point, too close to the line, stretches over for the 5.
Conversion up and good. Final whistle blows. Raggamuffins 28-5, and they will take on Gorilla in our men's bowl final coming up later. Next, it'll be the Women's Cup semifinals, Phoenix and Warthogs.
We're into the business end of the competition. It's Phoenix against the Air Force in the Women's Cup semi-final number 1. And it's Phoenix, the defending champions, that kick off against a very blustery wind. The ball comes back against the run of play. And referee Blair McClure gives a free kick there to the Air Force side. So early chance here for the side known as the Warthogs as well. To go on the offensive. Strong little carry from Melissa Thompson, the 30-year-old. Then intercepted here by Phoenix. They're such a dangerous and powerful outfit with so many players as they can go with Amanda Berta. Berta on the outside. Berta can sting you. Amanda Berta bats it on the outside and gets the opening score of this game. Phoenix 7.
Great start from the women of Phoenix. They had a fantastic day yesterday, looking to build upon that. You could argue that they're favourites for this Cup championship. Great stiff arm there. Amanda Berta, strong, balanced runner, looking around and just shifts another gear up to burn the would-be defender. Gets around under the post to make the conversion easier, and it was successful.
The voice of Mark Stabino, former Australian Seven sensation, Super Rugby player. I'm Dallin Stanford, and it's brilliant to have you wherever you're tuning in from around the country and the globe for this invitational international Sevens event here in Austin, Texas, the bat capital of the world, as the Freetail Sevens name suggests. It's 7-0. Phoenix lead in the Women's Cup semi-final number 1 after this. Chicago Lions against the Army Rugby Union, and restarts will be a problem all day with this wind, Mark.
It is blustery today, Dallin. A little bit different to yesterday. It was perfectly calm. So it might wreak some havoc. Trying to go quickly, but come back on the mark for the free kick.
Air Force. Look for numbers on the outside. They range up the middle. It's a nice little half gap. The pass was difficult to take. That bounces off the legs, and Berta picks us up again. She's been everywhere. MVP at the Premier Sevens earlier this year in Memphis, Tennessee. She's on the radar. International Sevens World Series, where the women and the men play. Stops around the globe. Lovely little stutter step. Great bit of work there from Tony Armstrong to get it away. Julia Norwood feeds on the outside. Tabitha Kalapu cuts back in. Kalapu gets the one-handed offload beautifully to Armstrong on the outside. Tony Armstrong. Still a lot of work to do. Armstrong goes in and goes out and goes to the try line. It's score number 2 for Phoenix Sevens, and they're looking white hot.
Aren't they? And Tony Armstrong, I was wondering if she didn't have the legs to get there, but she finally made it. But really, the pass from Kalapu, that's what set it up. Thread the needle, drew in some defenders. There's that pass. And then it was just a foot race. It's a long way to run in the game of sevens. Isn't it, Dallin? Or did you ever run that far?
I've run that far plenty times, my friend, but not on the rugby field. It was to celebrate New Year's Eve, which is coming up in a few hours. And I tell you what, tiring on day 2 particularly. 2 big games yesterday. They took up the Army Rugby Union side 28-7, Gorilla 38-0, did Phoenix. And that's where they find themselves here today. The other pool had 4 teams in it, so 3 matches the Air Force played. They won 1 against the Harpooners, lost against the Chicago Lions, and tied Rock Rugby 12 in dramatic fashion to send themselves here into the top 4. 12-0 is the score. Amanda Berta gives it a real good hoof against that wind, and it's been played by the Air Force. So they'll take it into the contact here. With Thompson again looking for a little run, and the offload is there. Fenn coming in. Strong work to keep him alive. Not able to tackle him. Head on the ground. Gutierrez as they go crossfield again. Derry was involved. Now Thompson again. Melissa Thompson, the adrenaline junkie as she's known, to the outside. Such impressive bios from these players. And again it's Thompson. Works in law enforcement and intel as well. Scoops it up. Air Force, can they make something of this? Trying to get the defense mismatched here, but the ferocious hits keep coming in. It's a big take yet again from Gutierrez. One-handed flick on the outside. Have they got space to burn? They certainly do. Here come the Air Force on the outside. Oh, skinning them like fish. It is fabulous in the end. And Ariel Stent, the software engineer from Texas State University, gets it done for her side.
What about the gas on Sten? But it was actually the pickup. Look at that. Right around her bootlaces. Not an easy catch. And then just decided, I'm going to round the outside. And she just left the defenders for dead. Get the ball into the hands of Ariel Sten should be the game plan from now on for Air Force.
Well, a local legend here with the Austin Valkyries. Hobbies include weightlifting and the cigar club. Not at the same time, though, she says. 12-5 to score. And the side known as the Warthogs, the Air Force, are really in this game here, coached by Nikki Jansen and Adrina Yoda. They've come back strongly in this first half. Referee picture there. Blaine McClure apparently runs so fast he may have 12 toes. It's a rather obscure fact, but we bring it at you here at the Freetail Sevens, where anything can happen. Restart here from the Air Force. The breeze, well contained by Taylor White. Going on a lovely little arcing run, couple of good steps. Eventually brought down near the halfway line, but just a knock-on creeping in.
That was great work by White. from the kickoff and just pushing the past a little bit too much at the end, giving Air Force a chance. Nice kickoff from the Air Force. They just need to be a little careful with their kick and chase. Racing out of the line that allowed Taylor White to make the break that she did, so they'll need to clean that up.
Quick kick. Hooker leaving early.
Quick tap and away go the Air Force. Emily Mallet.
Come over again.
Picks up, still available. And then just again another error creeping in to close out the last few moments of this first half.
They're doing well, Air Force. They can just hold on to that possession. They're getting some opportunities. Actually, Phoenix have handed them. Maybe a little shell-shocked Phoenix. They started strong and thought they might be able to run away with it.
Winner of this will play the winner of the Chicago Lions and the Army Rugby Union up at 4:48 p.m. later today in the Cup final. Still a long way to go in this game. Final play the first off. It goes back here. Phoenix to collect. The side that went 3-0 in their pool. Oh, a lot of pressure on White. She's absolutely gobbled whole. And this comes in and Eve Dorshorst was the one with a great tackle, but still they keep it alive. Norwood now looking for a bit of space and the ball ripped free. And the Air Force have this in a great attacking opportunity. They scored to level things. Looking at that far side, Melissa Thompson's done a lot of hard work and hands in at ruck time. So they tap and go. Thompson feeds beautifully. Nicole Mitchell getting involved there too, the personal trainer out of the University of North Carolina at Charlotte.
Get back 10, please. On my AR.
Get back 10 meters on these penalties. Cup semi-final number 1, still 12-5. Air Force with ball in hand. Strong fan. Berta comes in, makes the big Bosch hit. Still there though. Cougar Jamilo. And then thrown on the outside. Ariel Sten. It's still there. Jamilo does really well. Looking for the offload. And then it's scooped up. There was nobody there. But Taylor White came in. The Lafayette College product and teacher. Again, they keep it alive. Jones now. Sania Jones. Lovely little offload. Support is there and they just boot this one out. They're under pressure inside their 22. So that'll be enough for them to go with a slender 7-point lead into the halftime break. Phoenix holding on for dear life.
Great pressure from the Air Force coming in late. Here's the first try to set things up. Great running. We thought Phoenix are looking very strong, especially the way that they were defending and just forcing the error. The Air Force, after their try, with 2 tries to Phoenix early on, this is where we thought this could be a one-sided rugby match. But Air Force came fighting back. Now they are very much in this game.
Well, half-time break coming up right now. 12-5. Phoenix leads Air Force Warthogs in the first Women's Cup semi-finals.
So Roots is pretty much here to show the world what happens when brothers and sisters of African descent unite. No matter where you are in the world, to nurture and improve upcoming talent as well, and to take pride in everything we do as a group.
You know, it's always been something that, you know, Kyle and I have always bounced off each other. And, you know, once we played together for the first time at Old Blue back in 2012, you know, right then and there, it was already one of those deals where part of what made our friendship so great was just the fact that we knew what each other was going through without having actually to know about their past.
Aside from rugby, we also want to kind of create a community for our people where we are also providing professional guidance and educational guidance and just personal guidance and just being there for each other on and off the field. Yeah, so Roots is pretty much here to show the world what happens when brothers and sisters of African descent unite. No matter where you are in the world,
We're back at the 2021 Freetail Sevens, the second ever event. This time it's held here at the beautiful Round Rock Multipurpose Complex. And the defending champions from 2019, Phoenix, are leading 12-5 against the Air Force Warthogs here in a tight cluster. Keys here for the second half, Mark.
For the Warthogs, Dallin, they just need to keep doing what they did late in that first half and shell shock Phoenix. The way that Phoenix were doing to them in defense. Strong defense, racing up, putting pressure on, forcing the error. And Phoenix, they just need to cut out the mistakes.
Second half here in the Women's Cup semi-final number 1. Blustery wind as well, as you can see on your screen. And here come Phoenix yet again. Berta, Amanda Berta, what a player Amanda Berta is. Again going on the outside, it's Berta. 1-on-1 on the outside, still Amanda Berta. She's got the wheels of a car and has her second try in spectacular fashion.
Amanda Berta, it was almost like she just decided single-handedly, I'm going to take this game by the horns, and she did. Give me the ball. Let's get another try. And that was exactly what happened. It was an individual effort from the kickoff. And that is going to lift the rest of her team, inspire them to do the same. Look at this, just running across field, just handing off would-be defenders, leaving them in her wake, and then just the afterburners. No one was going to catch her. So definitely a key for the Air Force is to put pressure on Amanda Berta. Potentially not even let her get the ball in her hands, Dallin.
Good luck with that. I tell you what, she has been a star in the previous tournament. We saw at the Premier Rugby Sevens and now here at the Freetail Sevens on display. And that's what this tournament was created, to get this talent on display so coaches can see them from around the world and of course locally here in the US as well. Congrats to tournament founder and director Ryan Walker for setting up this brilliant event. Was going to be named the Armadillo Sevens, but of course the Mexican Freetail bat under the bridge can fly at 160 kilometers per hour. They're fast, they're nimble. They operate avoiding collisions, and that's what this tournament's about.
Dallin, as you were saying that, good news for Air Force. Amanda Berta just left the field. She's been replaced.
A solid 19-5 lead as the Air Force look to respond with their own bit of magic. Giona Kaderi, the RPA pilot, goes into the fray, attended the United States Air Force Academy. They have themselves a penalty. Mitchell gives it back to Kaderi. A lot of these players playing with the San Antonio Riveteers, local side. So they know each other pretty well. Looking for a switch from Melissa Thompson. Knocks this one on and then storms in with a big cold shoulder, but it opens up a gap. And Phoenix pounce on this one. This is how they'll damage you. Whoa, big strong tackle as well coming in. Troy Ward, Julia Norwood, the 21-year-old out of the Longhorns, gets the score and gets eaten alive after dotting it down.
Very much high tackle. Necessary. Okay. Captain, inside, Gray. Okay. So, after the try, in the extra scoring, coming in high over the shoulder, have an option to yellow card. Okay.
Well, Dallin, if the try wasn't a big enough blow against the Air Force, they've received a yellow card for a dangerous contest after the tackle. And you'll see the try from Norwood here, and it came from an Air Force mistake. And then unnecessary tackle over the top, coming in high, could have done some damage. So she'll spend 2 minutes off on the sideline, and Air Force now are struggling with only 6 players on the field.
Scoreline now 24 points to 5. Phoenix Sevens from Delray Beach in Florida, coached by Will Crawford. And Yalha Kim coached them in the 2019 championship, not able to be here this weekend. So what have they got in store for them? Ariel Stein can't get through. It's there for Kaderi. And the Air Force have turned over. Opportunity once more for Tony Armstrong to have a little run and a little step as well. Beating a couple of players. Armstrong for the line. Just short of scoring a double. Phoenix pile in though. Here come the pressure. Lovely little flick on the outside. Kalapu just into touch.
It was great defense from the Air Force in the end. Some great cover tackles. Really physical contests out here today as well. They are under immense pressure. And they'll need to find something special. They'll need to find it quickly if they want to get back in this game.
Phoenix, you take it to the
Air
mark,
Force
please.
side that beat the Harpooners 14-12
Phoenix,
on pool
step
play.
up the
Lost
mark,
to the
please.
Chicago Lions, who come up next in the other semi-final, 33-7, and tied to Rock
Step.
Rugby 12
Give me a
all.
channel, please. Thank
That's how
you.
they found their path here. Side with mostly players from the United States Air Force members, active, guard, or reserve duty. But here it comes again to Phoenix, big contact.
Pushed off the defenders. Right there. See you later. I'm going under the posts. And that high tackle again resulted in another yellow card. So sevens is hard enough.
Have the very strong in attack, but equally good on defense as well. Club Sevens Nationals they played in 2018 and 2019. They were in Dubai recently as well. Their side that travels have a bunch of experience in their team and truly showing here today.
It definitely shows physicality with which they play, the confidence. There was a little lapse in concentration, allowed Air Force to get back in the match, but it seems as though they've just found another gear.
Crouch. Let's go.
5 tries to 1 so far. Fend, and a big hit and a score. It's a double for Shania Jones. And Phoenix confirm their ticket to the final.
What an impact Shania Jones has had since coming on the
I have
field.
a minute left, ladies. I have 1 minute left.
Decent attempted tackle, but it was all too late. And this is what you get to expect when you've got a numerical advantage, a 2-player overlap. All they needed to do was just put it through the hands. Air Force did well to try and contain them. But even with 7 players, you'd be doing well to contain this Phoenix women team.
Jones studying at the University of Memphis, highlight coaching in Laos. It's a second try, 34 points to 5. Final moments of this game right here. Taylor White did really well in the build-up. I know her 2-year-old son, William, is watching, very proud of her mom. And the Phoenix side, as they look to go into their second ever Cup final here in Austin, Texas. Air Force fought bravely in this contest. Stan has certainly been one of their standout players. Aerial Stan goes to the ground as they recycle here. Pascal flicks it in midfield, and a little flat ball there to Cougar Jaramillo. Brings the full-time whistle. Confirmation there of a fine victory from Phoenix. 34 points to 5, and they really brought the heat. Amanda Burtis with us.
She was fantastic, and as with Shania Jones, we'll see if she starts next time or if she's going to be the impact player that she was in this match. But it's going to be a very interesting final. Let's see the second semi-final now.
All right, time for a short break before Cup semi-final number 2. 34 points to 5. Phoenix beat the Air Force Warthogs in semi-final number 1. It's the big one. Life v. Lindenwood, our Cup final in the men's division. May Madness comes to a close. Match number 92 on a 3-day weekend here at the Gold Mine on Airline in New Orleans.
To these young men, not just for what they've accomplished this weekend on the rugby pitch and throughout their careers, but for what they're doing for this country and what they will continue to. Our most sincere thanks to these young men.
This is going to be exciting. These teams, as you said, have not allowed a point. Staunch defenses, high-flying offenses, clinical skills. These are the top teams in the country.
Feeder back on the inside, Darius Law has his twin brother Donovan Law for the opening. Feeling cuts back in, looking for the try line. This man is electric. Here's Phelan, gets the first try in the final.
And Adegoke, that's the girl we were looking out for. She has got unreal speed, and she just
Another long run, just had one denied at the end of the first half because they were going to...
Warner with a little gap. Warner slips through. This is brilliant. It's a bank heist from Colson Warner.
Headed towards the try line and dots it down. He is good. Run there from Claire. Claire looks for a teammate, finds a teammate, gets Annie Henderson. She is looking for the corner. She has beat a couple of people. Is there a cover defense coming across? No.
It's the 2021 Collegiate Rugby Championship, and this is your champion side, the Lindenwood University Lions from St. Charles, Missouri, and that's what it means to the side. They defeat their rivals, Life University, 10-7.
This is the Collegiate Rugby Championship, the best college rugby sevens event in the country. Be there as we continue to take collegiate rugby to the...
We're back live, just as you witnessed the restart here for the Women's Cup semi-final number 2. And it's between the Army Rugby Union who knock on that first restart and the Chicago Lions woman. I'm Dallin Stanford with Mark Stavina for this one. We just witnessed a cracking contest. Phoenix have confirmed their place in the Cup finals, and one of these two sides will join them. It is certainly going to be tense.
It will be. Didn't they have a great game, and they've had a great tournament so far. Phoenix looking like a cut above. These two teams, especially the Lions, will definitely make a worthy opponent in the final.
Lions with just 8 players in their squad. Betty Wen shifts it across field. Kelly Hurt is in there too. And here they come with Loomis. Meg Loomis has been a real standout player with shiny cleats as well as Betty Wen goes on a lovely little arcing run. Trying to goose on the outside. Looking for support with the white jerseys. Feeding it back infield beautifully. Maria Martinez is there. Here they come again. Gabby Chapin. The Lions putting all the phases together, getting everybody involved. Rose de Balsamo in there also. Quick hands again. Martinez. Not able to link on that far side to Kathleen Murphy, and so the attack comes to an end, but really everybody getting involved.
Yeah, that was a shame that it ended with just an errant pass and now a line out. I mean, Army will be breathing a sigh of relief. They just combined so well, this Chicago team. As you said, Dallin, everybody getting involved, so much support.
So the Army Rugby Union side, coached by Ginny Pratt, who's actually got the cleats on here as well. Be wearing 12 later if needed. Flicked over to the top there. Went 1-1 yesterday. And here comes a galloping run on the outside. It's the Army Rugby Union looking at Ghost for the opening score. Have they got the legs to go the distance? Brilliant chase and run. It's Army. They come through brilliantly to get the opening score in this game. And it's Hayley Hodgson, the 22-year-old. What a brilliant run from this fast bat.
Nearly a full range effort here. End-to-end stuff. She had a little bit of space. Not a lot, but it was enough for Hodgson. The long strides. They're going to have to look out for this player right here, Chicago. She's barely even breathing heavily as well. The fitness of these Army women is a feature. And that might do them well, particularly in the dying stages of this match.
Spot on there, Mark. Hayley